Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. Unity Investment focuses on crypto mining, and today I want to talk about the cryptocurrency and especially the mining aspects of the new economics. So anybody who's heard of crypto mining, of course, will probably have seen this kind of situation going on. The Bitcoin mining itself uses more energy than 100 countries combined. 100 countries, that's a lot of energy being used. But it's not all that bad. And if you look at the entire economics, and if you look at what happened last year with the hype in the cryptosphere, it's not the only actual economy that has really had an upwind. You see, there's another sector completely outside of the cryptosphere, and it's the energy sector that has become very aware of this power situation. And it is their goal right now, and they're awakened that they need to deliver energy as fast and as quickly as possible, and of course, as cheap as possible. So what that means is, no more of these. Nuclear power, while it is a steady power stream, we can all discuss how clean it is and how safe it is, but it takes 10 to 15 years to even build one of these. Additionally, it takes billions, like tens of billions, to build a nuclear reactor. So what's the most pragmatic solution? What can the energy sector actually do? We build these. Come on. There we go. Solar panels, or hydro, or wind turbines. You see, the entry point for anybody, decentralized or not, to build effective solar panel farms, it's so easy. You can go watch a YouTube video, go to your local IKEA or hardware store, pick up a solar panel, and plug it into your backyard, catch a couple of sun rays, and you got yourself some green electricity. And you can scale this. You start generating electricity after the first panel is up and running, right? You can do this with windmills if you want to get a little more involved. You can scale that. You can do it yourself. You can get multiple people involved. You can start setting up windmills, wind turbines. You can go a little more towards hydro if you want to. In fact, in China, one of the biggest growing wind turbine farms was setting up 36 wind turbines per day. That's every 20 minutes, a new wind turbine is going online, is generating energy immediately. So there's a true incentive, finally, for the energy sector to deliver fast, renewable energy, and not just because of subsidies or government regulation, but actually because they have a true intrinsic value in doing so. They could be the fastest in the market to bring this kind of electricity. Maybe just to quickly highlight this a little bit more, you can see that solar and hydro having the easiest access to the market, not just skill-wise and knowledge-wise, but also in terms of deliverability of a gigawatt, right? We have nuclear power plants, as I mentioned, being extremely expensive and being an extremely difficult kind of endeavor, versus the other green energies seem to be the ones that you can basically implement yourself or with a couple of specialists, maybe read a book or two, and you got your solar panel up and running. So this essentially means that there is an intrinsic value to crypto, not just on a quantitative level, in terms of production costs. You pay for electricity to essentially mine the crypto, mine the Bitcoin. You have labor costs, R&D, et cetera. So you got the tech sphere essentially is deeply involved and bring that intrinsic value. But you also have other things like job opportunities outside of that sector that are being, promoted, pushed. People need to get educated about crypto and educated about how this entire ecosphere works. Another ecological benefit, obviously, being that it's green energy, right? And you can even buy Canadian green hydro, renewable energy, if you want to. It's cheaper than if you would go somewhere else and get, let's say, lesser green renewable energy. So the green energy market is booming, as we can say and see. Another intrinsic value that is not on the quantitative side, but definitely on the qualitative side, is something that has really not been mentioned enough in the Bitcoin sphere or the crypto sphere, and it's the fact that something is not copyable in the digital space. For instance, Bitcoin. Anything else in the digital world, you can literally copy and paste it. It can be text, images, videos. We all know about torrenting. That's the way the internet has worked over the last generation. It's all been about that. And now for the first time, this is not the case. So to have something in the digital world that is in fact not copyable or reproducible or forgeable is extremely unique and an absolute paradigm shift. These technologies, this cryptosphere, is not just going to bring new kind of ways of payment, okay? Every token, every ICO, every cryptocurrency has its own use. You have ones that are great for little machine-to-machine interactions for IoT. You got other ones that are great for store of value. You got some things that are coming up maybe for gaming, for instance, or decentralized internet and other kinds of file-sharing platforms. So every crypto has a bit of its space, just like every website of the Internet 1.0 has a different kind of niche of business that they're actually taking care of. So as in the Internet 25 years ago, there are going to be new protocols, new laws. Obviously, there's going to be more research. The scalability issues that some claim are impassable or basically a big issue that we can't get around. We had those with the IP addresses 25 years ago as well. We thought we're just going to run out of IPs. But then NAT protocol came to essentially shield inside networks from outside internet networks, and the problem was solved. And ultimately, with the foundations and the open source projects going on, this will be the same case. I'm not even remotely worried about it. So, we're in Switzerland, obviously, as you can see. Why Switzerland? If you look exactly, you'll see, for one thing, our flag is a big plus. And we work in Switzerland because it's the regulatory clean hotspot. It's a financial mega hub, a financial powerhouse, and even our government has expressed their desire to push Switzerland not only to be a financial powerhouse, but also a crypto nation. So we have our Swiss Market Supervision Authority, FINMA, in place that is helping ICOs properly do their actual their regulatory framework properly, make sure that the banks do their AML and KYC where necessary, make sure that there is no actual issues going on with where the funds are transferred and how they're actually translated into fiat, if that is the case, or whatever needs to happen. In addition, Switzerland, being a tax haven, is extremely crypto-friendly in terms of the electricity prices, the taxation of crypto, the taxation of mining in crypto, literally, virtually no taxes. So Unity comes together and brings everyone together to be part of the mining revolution. You see, there are countries in the world that would love to be a part of it, would love to be involved in green crypto mining, but they can't for regulatory reasons, for their location, the electricity being too expensive, but perhaps also not knowing too much about the technology itself, just understanding there's potential there. They'd love to be a part of it, but there just takes years of education, of understanding how it works, and the optimization, and it's too tricky for them. And maybe to go back to that